Hey, what's up? I'm realizing now I did not set my audio to be how it should be, what it's gonna need to be. Give me a second. This is not a my problem thing, this is a YouTube problem. There we go. It doesn't take long, I just forgot to set a setting. Apparently, YouTube streaming does not allow for two different channels of audio. Twitch did, and when I record videos for YouTube, I have them split up so I can balance the voice and music a little bit better. And apparently their live streams don't allow for that sort of thing, which is weird. I have found that out the hard way the first stream. So, hey. Growing pains, am I right? Alrighty. I do already have this pulled up on screen. I'm just I like to give people a few minutes to kind of cycle through and pop in before I get into it, because then I feel like I'm cheating certain people out of the window of man, I was like a minute late. I was pooping, everyone can have an excuse, and I don't like to. I was driving home. I was just vigorously driving aggressively to get home, which has happened before, and I don't want that to be a thing. So, figure I give people an extra minute or so before I get into things. Sometimes I end up talking to people in chat for too long, and then it ends up I don't get to the song until half an hour in. So, I don't think I'll be waiting that long this time around, mostly because of the time frame being 11 p.m. I usually don't go to bed till 3 a.m. So I'm not super stressed, but I don't want to be immediately from here straight to bed either. I want some sort of a gap where I'm not staring at a computer screen. So I don't want to start too late. But as long as everything is functional and ready. The other thing I was actually going to ask people in chat if they wanted me to add captions. Apparently there's auto-generated captions that are available for streams. And I didn't know that till literally 10 minutes ago. It will add some delay for me responding to people in chat. I'll get your messages later. You'll be seeing me on a 30-second delay. But it will allow for somewhat live captioning, but I'm not sure how many people who aren't comfortable with English are watching. It's a weird time zone for me to be streaming in. Usually that's not too much of a problem or even a concern, but I have no clue what type of demographic are going to be joining this time around. For all I know, people on here are largely coming from Bilibili. So it's I don't know. They got auto-generated captions over there too, and a few people who upload video hard-coded ones. They'll re-download the video and upload with their own edits on it, and that's pretty impressive. But all in the same, it's I don't know what to expect out of the people watching today. But I'm not seeing anyone in chat immediately talking about how they can't understand me because of that problem, so I assume everybody's more or less fine. I do love the username available pizza, because everybody should have pizza available at all times. That was dumb. I'm sorry. It's 11 a.m. where you are. You're exactly 12 hours ahead of me, which is weird to say. But that's life. That's life, isn't it? Time zones, right? Why can't the Earth just be flat? 12 p.m. there? Yeah. That must be, you must be on Central Chinese, Beijing time. Mostly get the same reaction. Yeah, I feel that. There's some people with names that just you can tell the minute you read them, oh man, they always get picked on every single time. They always get mentioned every time there's a stream. It's usually the ones with super relatable names or super funny ones. It's yep, I get it. Most of the time, people just can't pronounce mine, which is fine. Do you have the same time as Beijing? Yeah, like, you don't think about it either. I don't think about it much, but it's like, I've got the same time zone as, like, a lot of places. They're like, I'm in the northern half of the US, but I forget that people are directly south of me and have the same time zone. Like, people in Texas are in the same time zone as me, and I'm nowhere near Texas. It's so strange. I'm like 2 states away from Texas. But anyway, I will digress. I should probably just get to live streaming the concert, shouldn't I? I have a feeling that's why we're all here, including me. Let me get the correct scene up here. I knew it. There we go. The last thing I recorded with the screen share thing was my animation reaction from a few days ago, so it's like, forgot I had the wrong screen shared. That's what OBS Studio mode is for. And boop. Look at us. Couple of cards. Alrighty. Nothing suspect on my screen. Good. Not going to get banned for anything. Good. Hey, look, it me. Alrighty. With that said, we should probably get right into it, shall we? Let's go. Obviously, if there are things I want to pause about and like pause during and talk about during the reaction, I will as well. But I don't know what to expect. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know these guys. Hold up. Really? Sick. Also, for the record, if you see the light flash behind me, just ignore it. It has moments sometimes. I forget his name, but he's got one of the smoothest basses in the world. His tone is insane. Is it Jeff? God, I can't remember. It's weird because, like, I know them, but I can't. I'm terrible with names. So this is the main theme, of which I've never heard before until now. Fun fact. I have never even heard the main theme of Genshin until this very moment. It shows you how... Oh, there's that bass. The original main theme is orchestra. Well, yeah, I figured that much. Jeez. But I'd never even heard the main theme ever, so that was pretty neat. Kind of like the context on screen, too. Just a little bit of context, you know? And I assume, given the time frame, that this wasn't in any way a live concert, but was a bunch of privately pre-recorded segments that were stitched together. We gotta assume that much. Conductor, welcome to the first chair. I forget what they call that position, but it's the person who, like, basically leads the band musically. Like, you follow that one person in that chair for the pace and the flow of everything. Like, of course, there's the composer, but that first chair is basically the anchor of the entire orchestra. It's insane. The importance of that chair is nuts. Yeah, pre-recorded during... Okay, yeah. I mean, that's perfectly expected. I just come off of the Arc-Knights ones where they kind of, like, tried to do a live one the first year where, like, there were people there. And then the next one, they just did it all live, but within an event center. So I wasn't sure if this was going to be kind of the same thing or like this, so... Gotta have that brass. Now we got percussion in there. I was like, where's my percussion? I can't. Piccolo section. Okay, that was like, they do have some classical guitar in there. I just hadn't noticed it until now, unless they just started using it. I want to also point out the shaker that he's using, that's actually really hard to get, like, the right timing on because it's free moving in there. It's kind of a pain. Not impossible, but it is a butt. It's definitely a butt. Oh, I know it's gonna get crazy later. We are, what, a song deep. I'm fully expecting there to be some insane songs mixed in here. Right now, I'm just appreciating pretty much all the individual musicians. I've just been watching everyone. I'm getting familiar with faces. Those beautiful dynamics on that part, the breathing in and out. I'm watching that front chair glancing back at some of his other players like, you watching me? I'm air drumming with my feet. Is that weird? The power on that. Woo! It's one way to end a song. The girl in the back, they were just kind of like, I love her. The way she's playing around with her head while playing, she's like, whoa. You're getting your whole body into the music. Trade-off melody? Does the guy leading kind of look like the Moon Knight guy? Just Oscar Isaac moonlighting, haha. Oh, that's really fun. I'm finding myself forgetting to say stuff sometimes because I'm just... This is like the Wii Shop theme, but evolved. Is that a brave sentence? Am I gonna get in trouble? Are people gonna be mad at me for that? I hope not. Triangle, most important instrument ever. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The triangle adds so much texture to music and nobody ever thinks about it until it's gone. This dude with the Chad jaw on the clarinet though. Oh no. Starting to get random shots. Hey, Max. The conductor has to look like they're having fun. If they do not personify the intent of the music that they're playing, then the entire piece can fall apart. It's very important to look interested, even if you're not as a composer. Not composer, sorry, conductor. There's just a legitimate love for what you're doing mixed in there, but there is definitely something to be said about needing to help all of the musicians feel like they belong in a piece. It's a very important job. Very understated. Nobody ever gives conductors quite the rapport they deserve. Okay, I was reading that. Klee with the cat. Hit that Klee with the cat. Back. All right. That's a different energy immediately. Yo, E-Kit! E-Kit represent! Aight. Go off. animals. I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not? I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me for a Kingdom Hearts reference there. It was asking for it. The offbeat dance on the drums. Oh, back to the acoustic kit. All right, that means we're going to be getting a little bit more technical and jazzy, huh? Whew. What a solo there. Get out of here. Nobody even likes you, small child. I'm kidding. I know everyone loves Klee. That's one of the few things I do know. So I assume this must be her theme then. Yeah, okay. Please know that I know you guys are joking with me. I make jokes like that out of— oh, Jesus Christ! Klee jump scare. I was looking over here. I just turned my head and I just saw C. It's such a fun song. Ah, yes. Cool kids don't look at explosions. They cause them. We got some performative dance. Let's go. I love that they did this in the first Arknights concert. They had interpretive dancers. It was really cool. So I'm actually really hyped for this. Sheesh. Halftime it. I'm feeling it with the ride symbol there. I'm just air drumming. Slow it down a bit. Beautiful little ending there too. Whoa. Put a little bit of spice there at the end. Went from beauty to, oh, you think I'm beautiful? Don't tell me the name. Venti. Am I right? I'm right, yes! Shot in the dark. Starbucks. Oh, my favorite Genshin character. Grande Mocha Latte. That guitar's tone is so nice. Woo. That's not fair. That was beautiful. That's the only reason it wasn't fair. Dude, she's so powerful. That violinist is nuts. The outfit, the absolute just straight power she's putting into that instrument too. That's baffling to me. I always wanted to learn how to play a form of string instrument, whether it be like violin, cello. I could just never focus on it long enough, and I couldn't find anyone who was like able to teach it in my hometown, so I never learned. There were basically no string players in my area growing up, which is kind of unfortunate because I feel like I would have dug in and learned how to play, because I've always loved the way they sound, but I've just never had somebody to do so. I do like these shots of the game that they throw in here to kind of give you the feel of where they are and what's happening. That pairing of the classical guitars and the accordion was kind of nuts. I never really thought about that combo. That sounds great. That feels like new to me, but there's no way that that's like original to this. I must just be deaf and not heard it elsewhere. Alright, we got canon in D. Why? Oh, now it's different. Okay. Canon in D remix. More like canon in G, am I right? I'm sorry. The Windcatcher from a Foreign Land. That's just the title I'm seeing on that paper in the back, which must mean it must be the next song? Nope. Okay, maybe after this one. Green sleeves? I could also, yeah, I could hear that. J for Jensen. Genshin. My favorite game, Genshin Bimpact. Clemson Slim Fast. There's a slime hiding somewhere, POV. Oh, is this the song that plays when that's like a thing? Oh, the separation on that was really cool there. They didn't let everybody like match up on that one. Every part main part of that had a little bit of a different pace. That was kind of cool. Oh, first over. Okay. So kinda. All right. The something is close enough to you to fight it. Either run or find it. I kind of wonder if anyone's playing the game right now with like this on another screen or in a different tab. And then they muted their game and forgot. And they're like, oh, wait. There's nothing here. I mean, it should be a no-brainer, given the skill level of this orchestra. This flautist is amazing. Her dynamics, breathing, and everything are completely on point. This is just nuts. We're expecting this so late at night. I put up a poll to see what time people wanted it, and more people wanted it to be midday in, like, China time. So, I accommodated for that. It's like 11:30 p.m. for me. Usually I would stream, like, 10 hours ago. Spilling more energy into it. Okay. Now it's going to become an earworm. I'm never going to forget this. I am also going to be hearing slimes in my regular day-to-day life. A lot of people here from CN. I'm not sure. Dude, the muted plucks. Yet another thing. They so understated. They add such a good texture and nobody ever talks about them. Everyone just goes, ugh, they're just there. It's 10:30 p.m. here in, oh, New Mexico, probably? Yeah, fair. I'm a couple states east and north. I'm from JP. Oh, I couldn't tell with your name. I love that composer's like he was doing it a minute ago. Soft snare work. Fun fact, the snare player, always the most egocentric person in the band. Or at least in the drum line part of the band, yeah. The percussion section, it's the timpani and the snares. They've always got an attitude. They always think they're the best. What time is it in India then? Would that be like 9 a.m., 10 a.m.? Give or take? I'm not entirely sure what the time zone lines are on that side of the world. I'm just kind of guessing. $10 a.m. Okay, yeah. Ooh, outside. Ooh. Jazzy. I'm listening to the drum part on this one a lot. They did the lick. They did the lick. They did the jazz lick. They did it. They did the jazz lick. Pog. For those who don't know, that is basically a meme in jazz music. That that I'm forgiving it because they are outside, and I'm sure this was played and mixed differently for the percussion in another location, but some of these shots are just not what they're playing at all. It's only mildly distracting. Still not as bad as the one camera from the Arknights concerts that were always like 5-10 seconds behind. Those were obnoxious. One day I swear I'll get all these jazz community jokes. It's fine, I don't get them all either. I just know like the really popular ones. My man with the triangle ended out that song. Again, it's a texture that people don't think about, but you feel it. Kind of feel bad for the auxiliary percussion guy. He seems to basically be all chimes, all triangle right now. He's got that whole setup with some great auxiliary cymbals and the set of bongos around there, and it's like he hasn't even really got to touch them much so far. I love the kit part on this though. That little like the drag that he does on the snare, that like small bounce. Oh, finally he gets to hit another cymbal. Poor auxiliary guy. Nobody ever gives auxiliary percussion anything to play. Nothing more? Nothing more for auxiliary guy? I'm not a musical guy, but I can play guitar and drums a little bit. This is the biggest cap I've read all week. I'm not a musical guy, but I play guitar. If you play any instrument, you're a musical person. Shut up. You don't have to be like super versed in every little bit of music to be a music person. I'm really barely versed in any of this stuff. I'm barely surface level when it comes to it. Like, I don't play guitar at all. I can't. But I can have respect for all these other instruments and the people who play them, and that's what makes the difference between just being an average Joe and the people who play and respect music are very similar in scope. You may not be technically trained in order to how to play an instrument, but that doesn't mean that you can't respect what it is and learn about it as much as you can if you want to. And if not, that's fine too, as long as you're there to respect it. Music is there to be listened to. Now, some people, especially when I started doing videos, were like, can you not talk during the music? And I'm like, two things. One, I would hope that most of you have already heard this. And two, myself, I am an active listener. I have the ability to listen and talk at the same time without having the two confused. I can separate those functions in my brain. I don't know why or how. It's just something I've always been able to do. The pianist getting really into that blues. Already. He just got started. His mouth is crooking a little bit. He's feeling it. There we go. Give me that. I want that ability, please. Sorry, if I could give it to people, I would. I think it's a result of my specific flavor of ADHD. I can either hear one thing and only one thing, or I can hear everything at once. And with music, it just works like that for me. And I can process it at the same time as other sounds. Like, I can listen to music and have a full conversation, or listen to instructions on something while music is playing. Tried to guess what the bass line was. It went more simple than I thought. I thought it was gonna do do, and it did not. It stayed more simple. Okay, now we're going to church, huh? Beautiful. Beautiful on the pipe organ, though. There is a huge pipe organ at a cathedral in Chicago, Illinois. That's one of the oldest in the country, and it is a marvel. I've been to it twice in my life. It's gorgeous. Its sound is otherworldly, being inside that cathedral and hearing it ring out like it does. They also have like a giant pull chime system where like the entire building is basically a resonating bell for this set of chimes. It's nuts. Those things can ring out for literal miles. And they do on a regular basis. That section of the cello plucking was just gorgeous. I'm finding myself getting lost in those moments here. Dude, organs are beautiful. Had an opportunity once with your friend, but it's either that or fail your exams. Yeah, definitely pick your priorities. We had an electric organ at my parents' church. I used to clean there constantly. I could have played it if I wanted to, but there was no purpose in it. I didn't know how to play piano. And an organ is pretty much twice to 3 times as difficult as a standard piano. Purely because you have to learn where to separate the keyboard and your feet. Ugh, that's a lot to focus on. I prefer to just hit stuff myself. This is... Holy shit. I would love to see this song played live. And not like this live, but I want to be in the room. I actually had to manually breathe there. I kind of forgot to for a second. All right, I'm going to pause real quick just to give that one a little bit more talk because I don't want to talk over anything else for the moment. That song was definitely, out of all the songs I've heard from Genshin, that's my favorite. Immediately and for the moment at very least. That was one of the most beautiful compositions I've heard in recent memory, and beauty being the key word of that. That was gorgeous. That the way that that flowed in and out, the way that the song breathed with every person who was playing it, the way that they even throughout the concert they've been doing this, they leave the breaths of the players in, which some concerts will cut those out and filter them through so you don't hear the breathing of the players. They left that in for this entire concert so far, and I don't think that's going to change. But that added that much more just relatability to the music. It felt so much more full with that in there. It felt like I was connected on a deeper level than I would have been had they filtered out those breaths. You could feel the players breathing through the song literally and figuratively as they played into and out of the dynamic shift in that entire track. That was some shit. That was gorgeous. Anyway, let's continue. Wow. No, Cuboid, you're breathtaking. I mean, it literally is breathtaking because I actually forgot to breathe during that last bit. Dendro slime. Oh no. Not the slimes again. I love seeing chat like, no! Where are you? Where are they? That is an odd time signature. I was just trying to work it out. I was counting it and snapping off camera. I was trying to decipher what it was. A piped mute? Oh, that was sick. I don't see those used often enough. Can I go back and talk about that real quick? This guy. Oh, wait, no. Back a little bit more. Come on. This. A piped mute. These are super cool. So they're just like a regular trumpet mute, a horn mute, where you cup the front of it. People used to use like plunger heads for this, but they're their own separate thing. They're basically just a shallow cup that you can place over the horn of an instrument, usually trumpets, trombones, etc. This guy has one with a hole in the center, so he can not only get that thin muted sound that the mute gives, but is able to let it breathe intermittently between without having to lift the whole cup off, which gives it a lot more of a tight sound. They used to use these a lot in like turn of the century stuff, like the 20s especially, and old cartoons would use these a lot as well for sound effects of the mute doing that for whatever goofy moments that would be happening. Super cool. Sorry. It's just I don't see those often enough. I wanted to talk about it for a second. Thought that was an apple. He just shoved the apple into the wah, wah. For the record, I actually don't know if I don't think that a piped mute is the proper term for it, but it's what I called them throughout my time in orchestra. But I was not a horn person, so while I know the overall term was mute, I don't know what they called the ones with holes in them. It's probably something that makes more sense. Forever since I've seen a cornet too. That thing was tiny. Oh, the resonation of that note. Oh, that's not fair. That's really cool. Man, that resonates so heavy. Gameplay of the battle. So, the way that guy was just mouthing his bassoon like crazy to get that there was a lot of pulsing in there. That like that's a lot of work. You want to have somebody who's good at oral? Find yourself a bassoon girlfriend or boyfriend. You didn't hear that from me though. Oh. See what I mean about that breathing? Now that hearing it so loud, it must just be his voice. That's all that breathing. That is insanely. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You would want to have your main player, the guy in the very front. Sorry. Oh. I was trying to say something profound and I just lost the moment because I had to sneeze. Ugh. The concert master? That, yeah, could be very well. I don't fully know. We didn't have anyone of that. We only had the drum major in ours because we didn't have orchestra. We had basically just a standard concert band. So, and then of course they doubled as the drum major for marching band. Nylon brushes. Interesting choice. That ending was cute. I don't know how else to praise that. That was cute. Oh. Sorry. That's just a gorgeous scene. Golden hour on this beach. That looks great. Have dancers. Oh. They did not show enough of those dancers. They should have been there way earlier than that. You can't just give and take like that. We better see more dancers here soon. There's nothing that's more of a shame to me. Okay, good. There's nothing more of a shame to me than people who put in that much effort to choreograph an entire dancing piece and then they just don't get any screen time. I was like, no. The split on the horizon here too, with the sun on the one side and then this tall dark cloud like the rain out at sea. I don't think that was intentional, but man, is that gorgeous. Does that work? That is so cool. They really lucked out at best with that. Storm is getting. Oh, that's so cool. They must have done that on purpose then. Unless they just decided on set to go for it. Oh, okay. Never mind, no more pretty here. We're starting to get sick. Let's go. Woo! That guy triggers his bass, I can tell. Oh, yeah. One too many bass hits in there, I heard. Somebody was a smidge off. Nobody noticed. Worst concert of my life. SMH. Cannot recover. I appreciate this guy's drum setup because it's the exact same as mine. Okay, not exactly. I think he only has one floor. I've got 2 floors, but other than that, we have like the same general setup. Whew. Yeah, they definitely had to... They had to drum synthesize a little bit on this one. I think the raw recording may not have been clean enough for them to use. Because these are definitely not the original audio recordings of that kit. They sound very sampled. Like, obviously he's playing it, but I think they had to dub it over later. Which happens, especially when you're doing stuff like this outside. You can't just assume it's gonna work perfectly, you know? They probably ended up using this guy's drum part as like a frame of reference with the other, like the original. And then they just put some drum machine samples over it. Zoom right into the drummer. Oh yeah. All right, we got some emergency food. Beautiful shift there. Ooh. That is a dark brass section. That brass section on that last part was just so thick. Oh no! I know this bitch! Don't you dare mommy walk at me. I've already dealt with you before. I didn't expect the live vocals. Oh, beautiful. You won't say it? Won't say what? Step on me? I'll say it. But I'm also like the exact opposite when I say that, because I would in no way let that happen. Like I'm too stubborn to be a bottom. Why'd I have to say that when there was no music? Why do I say things when there's no music happening? Damn it. A dramatic music afterwards. We just... Of course. I'm a power bottom thanks to that music. It transformed me. But yeah, I stand by that statement. I'm way too stubborn for that. I could never. I would be fighting for control no matter what. And I wouldn't get along with somebody else who fought back. Letting the silly in me escape. Dude, that's constantly. I'm just constantly saying dumb stuff that everyone just raises an eyebrow at. Like, what did he say? If anything, I saw that huge relief of the orchestra as a support of my statement. They were like, yes, he has a top. Do you know why some choirs keep their music while performing? Usually, I could say this as a choir person, because I've done this multiple times. It is usually optional, and mostly because a lot of them will keep personalized tags and notes inside the music itself that are so finite down to the moment of certain sections that you have to have it or you will forget, and the entire piece can be messed up by something that you wrote to specify something for you personally, yourself, in your own way. Everyone has a different way of notating stuff like that, and if you don't have that in front of you, it can become more of a problem. So they've just kind of unanimously been like, keep your music. We don't care. It really does depend on the group, but most just allow it, and some make it optional. I hope somebody goes through this stream and marks off all of my weird phrases and stuff like they did with the last Arknights one. Like they marked off every song and then also every weird thing I said. And that's the piano the whole time through. Nothing else. Just nothing else. It's all just that. Proof that catharsis is unhinged and insane. You don't need proof of that. The proof is literally every video I make. In fact, you want full proof of that? Not only this stream, the last Arknight stream I did, and the video that will be going live tomorrow. I make some pretty sus comments in there. Actually, wait, it might be... Is it going live tomorrow? Maybe. Can't remember. I think it is, though. It's the next Arknights one. I make some sus comments towards the composer, Adam Gubman, as per usual. He and I have kind of gotten to a weird on and off bromance. I don't know what happened. It just kind of started being like that. Getting us prepared for Unhinged. Hey, it's already published. I mean, I can't stop it. Finally, like, settling back into this one. It took me a second to get my brain back on track. God, the focus on his face is nuts every time. Who dis? Looks like the conductor is silently judging you. Oh, of course, the lead chairs always get the most cameras. I mean, they're the best of the best for a reason, right? Like, everyone in this entire orchestra is absolutely nuts. But the people who make it to the top of the best are a whole other level, you know? I also love that the, I'm gonna go with calling him the concert master. Has an aged violin, so he must have an old, really expensive violin. Like, that thing is probably worth a couple $1,000 when he's playing on easy. Back to the bops. Hi. That was just an intro? Jeez. Love that way that electric cello looks too. That's great. He did the whale thing. Oh, that's so sick. The violinist air guitaring. That's sick. Woo. Bass drop. Also, shout out to the violinist for having that wide of a stance in that high of heels and playing an extremely complex instrument while swaying and keeping your balance the whole time. That's dumb how much she's dealing with right now. I don't know what's going on in the clips. I'm assuming she's ashamed of her horns or something, which has always been silly to me. Because horns not only look sick as hell, but they're usually really cute. Even the big ones. I'm just bopping over here. So clean. She just doesn't like people touching them. Okay. I mean, that's fair. I assume that would feel weird. I wouldn't know because I don't have horns. Unless... Dude, the violin is carrying this. The cello guy is awesome, but everything she's literally balancing, both musically and physically, in what she's playing in, those heels are insane. Woo. Oh, that's sick. This is gonna be my theme when whenever I walk in the room. Slow motion with the boys behind me. This is my theme right here. I don't know who this guy is, but it's my theme now. Oh, this is sick. Most watched. Yeah, I see why. I definitely see why. God, what a bop. Again, my theme song now. I'm stealing it. I'm white. I'm allowed to gentrify whatever I want. Please, nobody take that seriously. Oh, those vocals were so clean in there, I didn't even hear them be added for a second. The unity on those vocals is insane. I'm just listening to them right now. That's so clean. Not even a little bit off. For those who don't know, I am like a singer as well. That is something that I've had training in. So I'm just focused on the vocals while they were there. I was trying to find anywhere where it felt off, but I didn't hear one mistake in that, not even a little bit. I mean, I don't expect anything less, again, of an orchestra of this magnitude, but I'm always wondering if I can get a gotcha moment, you know? Nope. This whole thing is a gotcha moment, am I right? But, I'm sorry. Yeah, just this piano alone, and with the vocals on top, it was very melancholic. Not even a ring out? They just straight up choked that note? Dang. Hey, I know this title. Hey, wait a minute. I've heard this song before. Still love the rhythm of this one. Woodwind's carrying. Oh yeah. Ah, there's the typewriter. I still can't believe they used that live. That's sick. I remember all the comments about this one in the typewriter. They definitely mixed the typewriter up in this too. It was a lot softer in the original version. A little bit of slop in that vocal line. But it makes sense. It's a very hard vocal line. Not even mad about it. Just like, you know what? I get it. I'm not looking for perfection here. Bit of slop in the percussion section there. I don't know if that was the typewriter or the snare who was slightly off beat for a moment. That time the vocals were right on point. Not even a little bit of a slop there. That was really cool. I got a job in orchestra. Cool, what are you playing? Typewriter. You know what? It is a percussive instrument. Anything can be a percussive instrument. That's something a lot of people, I think, just forget. You can literally hit anything with a stick. That's an instrument. It's really fun, actually. You can play around with that a lot. There was an entire song I did in middle school where there was this joke around one of the percussion members throwing a fit during a performance because they didn't get the part they wanted, and the entire song uses stuff like chairs and like music stands being hit on different parts of the stage. It was interactive. Like, we had to play with the conductor up front, and he had to play into it. Oh, that was clean. The fills, the drum fills for this. I love that they put the drummer front and center. Gotta respect it. Too few people understand the visual appeal of the drummer. It's like, no, they might not be able to get up and move around, but they're some of the most interesting people in a band to watch, you know? Like, yeah, guitars have solos, but drums are actively moving all the time. Whew. That was a really cool line there. Have I heard this one? I didn't recognize the title. Drummer controls the tempo mostly, in most cases. It kind of depends on how the band is set up, though. Sometimes people, like me, for example, I would use other instruments to keep time. But largely, the drummer is kind of the root of all that. The child battle... Oh, so I have heard it. It felt vaguely familiar, but I wasn't positive. And I do have a tendency to forget things immediately after I hear them, you know? That's one of the downsides to being able to actively listen. You usually don't internalize stuff too well. Oh, now I recognize him. I didn't recognize it without the mask. They didn't care who I was, so I put on the mask. Child Baynark. That keyboard is going to town, dude. Woo. Nailed that solo. Going down the toms. Yeah. Dude, that drum part is way more intense than I thought it would be. A lot of interesting fill work in that one. Back to the organ. But this isn't like a happy church thing. This is like Phantom of the Opera problems. Ah, yes, Daddy Angry. I do remember now. Oh. Oh, the count out of silence there. The counted pauses in this are beautiful. Is there another one? There is, okay. The way that they pause this one is so immediate. The control of this orchestra is nuts. I mean, obviously they're pros, like I've said, but man. Yeah, exactly. It's insane to just hit that again. Like, obviously you're following the one person. You can all start on exactly that moment, but it doesn't stop being really cool. Oh, this one I remember. This theme I'm remembering. Remembered it immediately off those first couple notes. Just a lot of tom work. Just sit right in the pocket. The halftime is always a crowd favorite and a personal favorite. Right back to it. This is a very strong leitmotif. The flexibility. Back to the orchestra. Or organ, I guess, just in this context. I wonder if they recorded that new or they just used a sample for it. They probably just used a sample, but... This feels very Big Finish to me. Are we close to the end? Not close enough, okay. I thought this might be the last song with how much energy they're putting in, but... Bro's just putting his whole dromussy into it. Four more? Fair enough. Huh? He's putting his whole what in there? His whole dromussy, you heard me. I did not stutter. Last song is totally peaceful but tragic. That tends to be a thing for last songs, yeah. The way that the conductor is counting this one is very interesting to me. I was just following the count that he showed. I didn't expect it to be quite that slow. But I see why after counting it out in my head. I'm like, oh. So sorry, I was counting out again, listening that time. Last song is one of your favorite OSTs. Ooh. Well, now I'm excited. Check something. I'm gonna go back to it if I have to. I'm gonna wait for the song to be done because I don't want to interrupt it. Hold on. Was it back this far? Might have been. Hold on. Give me a second. I want to find this point again. I wanted to point something out that I thought was kind of a fun topic, as weird as it may be. So give me a second while I kind of watch back through here. Yeah, I think I'm back far enough. I think it was after this shot. There he is. Okay, yes. Right here. This guy right here. I love this. Watch this guy. Specific. Chat's in the way. Hold on. Check it out of here. There we go. Okay, sorry, I had the wrong scene that I took the chat off of. And there. Okay. This guy right down here. This dude. Right? This dude. Watch him when he takes in air and starts to use it on his instrument, right? Right in that lower section here in the jawline. He puffs up like a blowfish. This is something not everyone does. I'm sorry for being weird and pointing this out. This is really strange to me and to a lot of musicians, but this isn't not normal. This is a thing that just happens with some people. They can store air like right down in that section. And it's kind of similar to how some people will hold air in their cheeks when they're trying to use an instrument, which they, a lot of the time with horns, will tell you not to do, just because it affects the power you can use in an instrument like that. But there are some people who store the air in this section of their chin and their jaw, and nobody's entirely sure fully why that happens to certain people, but they have a feeling it has something to do with the overall sinus cavity and there being something down here in the throat that just pockets some of that excess pressure. It's really interesting. I'm sorry for pointing out something so weird that has nothing to do with the song at all, but I noticed that guy and I thought it might be a really fun thing to talk about. Like I said, not super common, does happen, and usually only with instruments that have reeds because it's more where that pressure is, but I have seen it happen to a trumpet player before and a French horn player before. So it's something weird. Felt like mentioning it. Bring chat back now. Okay. It's really, really cool. As strange as it is. Now we'll move on to the next song. There we go. That's an interesting start to a song. I was waiting for the beat to hit on this one. Woo. All right. Dude, the keyboardist of these sections is carrying these sections. Like, the DJs are doing their job very well, drummer, of course, as well, guitarist, of course. But the pianist is just going to town constantly. I kind of wonder if the DJs have somebody who is like kind of seen as the lead, or if they all just kind of do their own thing and trust each other. Because it would be, I feel, hard to so I guess appoint that job to somebody when a lot of your work is basically pre-programmed with some minor adjustment as things go on. I don't think I've ever seen a production with this many people on like synth DJ work. Usually it's like 1 or 2 people, but not 3 or 4. I mostly just want to hear the bassist hit a 6 solo real quick, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Nope. Darn. I always hope to hear a bass solo, just even a quick measure of just like a quick run. Bass solos are understated. I feel like I recognize this song. Maybe I've heard this in the background of something before? I don't know though. Maybe I have. Like, obviously I've never played the game, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe somebody's like background music after a YouTube video or something, like credits playing. Wait a minute. Bandmate is a part of Genshin Concert 2022? Are you kidding me? The amount of things I would do illegally to meet Bandmate. Are you kidding me with that? Akane is one of my, like, drumming, I wouldn't say idols, but inspiration for sure when it comes to play style. I didn't intentionally imitate Akane, but she just kind of became somebody that I ended up emulating by accident because I really felt the way she plays the drums. So if we're going to be touching on Bandmate with 2022, this is going to be a good concert. I almost went to go see Lindsay Sterling, actually, many years ago. It was like 2017. But she ended up getting sick and it got canceled, which was unfortunate. But I was this close. I was like literally staying up at the location and then it got canceled. Luckily, I was staying with family members, so it didn't cost me anything, but still unfortunate. Woo! That was aggressive getting back into it. Violinist still carrying everybody on her insanely high heels. Some performers other than Bandmate I might recognize. Alright, we can leave it at that. All too familiar with the song. It's time to hear what you guys have been talking about for the past 20 minutes. Whoa. Whoa. The silence. Well, just the fact that it's counting on a 3 is very waltzy. So I'm not really surprised that this sounds so pretty. Waltzes in general have that air about them. But you're just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's very much that rhythm, that 3-step gives you this kind of melancholic flavor to the music. It's a tale as old as time on that end. Maestro Dirk Brose. Beautiful. Band Idiotape? That's awesome. That was a really pretty concert. I like that one. To be continued. It fucking better be. All right. Hold on. Let me transition over to here. That was pretty. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It was exactly what I expected, but it had more than I thought. That does not make any sense, but it's the only set of words that I could string together to make it work. So I went in figuring that Genshin, with what it is, would have an extremely high production value. So that's what I expected. But more than what I thought, meaning the effort put into each individual scene that they had, with the, of course, orchestra sections, and then the stuff on the beach, the stuff in that little forest section, all the band stuff on that other stage. There was more variability than I thought there were. The variance of each group was insane, and they were all specialized specifically for the overall genres they were hitting, which that they did that in like the Arknights one as well. They had specialized groups for special things, and they would attach each group with the songs that would make sense. But it's like, there's something about that one that felt a little bit more organic than some of the stuff, especially in the 2021 Arknights concert was just a little bit lower because of the... from what it was, it seemed like they weren't quite sure how to handle it. And they definitely patched stuff up by 2022. I have not seen the 2023 one yet. But as far as the overall effort put in initially for their first one, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If it's only better for the next one, and I'm sure the Honkai concerts are going to be like a whole separate thing. I've got to get to those at some point too. But I try to take things as they come. Like, for example, the Arknights one will be going public sometime at the end of August from what I've put together. So I'll be able to listen to that one basically immediately after they post it publicly. And by that time, I should probably have the Genshin ones listened to. I figure I'll probably do another one next week, because these aren't terrible to do. It's just a matter of when I should. I figure, should I do this on this time zone again, or should I do it on the, like, US midday? I mean, of course, you guys are going to be biased. You're here. So I guess I can't really ask you, huh? But I also assume from how many votes there were towards having the stream on this time zone, that I should probably just do this time zone again. US midday! Honestly, both work fine for me because I usually don't wake up till late morning, early afternoon anyway. And like, even now it's 1 a.m. here, but I won't be going to bed for another 2 hours or so. Hours or so? Why did I have the L in there? That was weird. So I'm not too picky on that, and I've got time on either side of that. Europe, unfortunately, midday for me, or for midday for them, for me, is like 5 a.m., which isn't really doable. I think the closest I get is like late afternoon for them, and that's like 11 a.m. for me. So Europe is going to have to struggle with me not being able to really stream much in their time zone, if at all, because of that reason. But that's why I try to get to early afternoons there, so at very least people in the like late evening in Europe can try to get there. An hour or so. Yeah. So honestly, I'll probably just keep to doing like Arknights ones on midday, Genshin ones on like later at night for me, and just kind of play it around. I might ask each individual time, so keep an eye out on my community tabs for stuff like that, because that's where those appear. If I'm not appearing in your community tab, that means you don't love me, which is unfortunate because, well, how could you? I'm kidding, of course. I don't really know what controls the metric of whose community tab appears. I assume it's some form of engagement level. Like if you engage with a few of my community posts, they'll keep appearing, or like I don't know if it has something to do with like videos you've watched of that channel, blah blah blah. I've never looked that deep into it, frankly, so I could be completely wrong there. But I mean, all in all, gorgeous, gorgeous concert. And I'm excited because if 2022 has Bandmade, come on. I'm literally planning on doing a drum cover of one of their songs in a few weeks if I can manage to get it recorded. Like, I love Bandmade. They're sick, dude. I want to see them live. I'll actually be saying unrelated, but kind of related. I'll be seeing Baby Metal in September. So that'll be fun, hopefully. But I've never been to a real concert, let alone a metal one, so that'll be interesting. I've been to some orchestral concerts. When is 2022 scheduled? Sometime next week, but keep an eye on the community tab because I can never really know for sure until like a couple days prior due to other obligations in my life. But sometime eventually. But I figure next week. But yeah, I mean, it's this week already. Look at you, so smart. I gotta pick on people. It's part of my personality. I expect there to be some sort of an understanding where if I pick on you, you pick on me. We're all happy here. But anyway, I suppose that's basically it. I don't really have much else to like do here or watch here or say here. So I guess I might as well end the stream here unless somebody else has something they want to say to keep me around for another 5 minutes. But I can't imagine that that's a thing. So wanted to see Baby Metal, but they're not coming near me. Yeah, I'm going to be going like a couple hours away from where I am. So not like impossible travel, but enough. Time for bed yourself. Thanks for stream. Yeah. It's like I said, kind of nearing the point where I'll start to wind down and get ready for bed. I've got to upload tomorrow's Patreon early release, but I've already edited it. I should technically record another one tonight, but I don't think I'll have the energy to, so I'll probably just call it, go relax, watch something on YouTube, and then fall asleep after that. It's usually how that goes for me anyway. But I suppose I will see you all the next time I do one of these. YouTube. Killer Beats coming in here just to get that high YouTube at the very end of the VOD. Alright, I will see you all when I do the next stream. So again, keep an eye on community tab. It'll probably be sometime next week, but eyes peeled because I can never be fully sure. And I will see you all then. Goodbye!